Greetings, survivors, and welcome to what will probably have to be a mini-series for Terminus zombie survivors. I don't think there is a way that I could compress enough of the meat and guts of this game into a single episode to give you any real perspective over what this game is and what there is to like about it. So much like Mech Engineer before it, this is going to be a mini-series. We're going to have a couple of episodes, maybe quite a few, depending on how much you enjoy it. But this game has been around on the internet for a little while now. Since about 2021 it's been on Steam as early access, and in that time has actually managed to rack up a pretty impressive, overwhelmingly positive review score with 1,363 reviews. Not bad for an early access title, but early access is soon to end. On the 20th of August this is going to be going into 1.0, and thanks to the developer I've been afforded the opportunity to check out this build ahead of time, so thank you very, very much to them indeed. Now, what exactly is Terminus Zombie Survivors? It is a 2D turn-based survival roguelike set in a procedural world with some waiting. You're basically on one side of a city and you're trying to get to the aforementioned Terminus. And right there, I'm going to address the elephant in the room, because there's probably going to be quite a lot of comparison between this and games like Cataclysm's Days Ahead or Project Zomboid, and that's a fair thing to compare it to. There is a lot of similarities between those games. But whereas Cataclysm specifically, I would class more as a simulation rather than a game, in the same way that I would class Dwarf Fortress as a simulation rather than a game. They are games, and we play them as games, but the objective of the game is slightly different. It's like comparing Dwarf Fortress to, for example, RimWorld. Dwarf Fortress is just simulating the world, and whatever you do in it is whatever you do in it. It doesn't really care whether you succeed or fail, and it's not trying to lead you on a path towards either outcome. RimWorld is. In fact, RimWorld will go as far as to increase the difficulty or decrease it based on how well you're doing, and there is a defined goal at the end. And you really couldn't have more of a defined goal in Terminus Zombie Survivors than the Terminus. So Cataclysm, I would say, is a simulation sandbox, whereas Terminus is leaning more into the game and the game mechanics of the zombie survival genre. Nevertheless, with that comparison out of the way, I really did feel I needed to get that one out there, because there's a lot of people on my channel who are very passionate about Cataclysm, and I myself am also quite keen on the game, so I wanted to get that comparison out of the way. These are different games, but there is a lot to like about Terminus Zombie Survivors if you like Cataclysm, and vice versa, I suppose. But we're going to be jumping into a new game. It's always easier to show than to describe, but before we do remember that if by the end of this video, or indeed the mini-series, you enjoyed what you saw and you want to see more, then the best way to let me, and more importantly St. Algorithmus, know is by massaging those lovely buttons down below. But with that all said and done, let's jump into a game. Alright, there is a game currently in progress. We don't care about that. It was about 2 hours of me basically tutorializing the game and just understanding how to play. Okay then, so there are lots of professions, though they're certainly not quite as in-depth as you might be familiar from games like Cataclysm if you are a veteran player. But we start off with a choice of 3. We can unlock more by actually surviving with a particular profession, and surviving multiple times, so on and so forth, to get the latter professions. We start off with the choice between the soldier, the firefighter, and the police officer. The police officer is probably the one that we're going to be going with, based on the spread of initial stats, and also, simply put, if I'm going to have to engage with zombies, it would be nice to have the choice to engage with them from afar and not be bad at it, for example. But looking at in a bit more detail, this soldier over here, we've got Zombie Slasher. They are optimized for killing zombies with high combat stats. They start with a fighting knife, and their unique perk makes them better in melee combat. The firefighter is a veteran rescuer. They're adept at using tools to save others. They start with a fire axe, and their unique perk reduces the condition reduction, also the durability reduction, if you like, of axes and crowbars. The police officer start with a pistol and 6 ammunition, and their unique perk makes them better with guns, more accurate with guns. They have, of note, 0 strength and 0 dexterity, which are pretty rough. Strength is going to be very important in order to be able to carry much around, so that would be something that we would want to rise. But they do start with the knowledge of where all police stations are. I think we are going to go with the police officer, though. Again, if I am going to be in a bit of a tight spot, I would like to be able to use a gun as a last resort. Very much like 7 Days to Die, though, where possible, I will go with melee and conserve ammo for emergencies. Right, we're going to be playing as Aavak. Let's find... It doesn't seem like we've got very much choice with this. I'm not even sure if it's random or if they are kind of setting, but we'll go with the black shirt, sure. Right, in terms of our stats... Well, strength is going to be an important one. We want to have a decent strength because a decent strength is going to, again, allow us to carry more. Your strength will change the amount of units of weight, which will impart a penalty to you. So right now, with 1 strength, for every 4 units of inventory weight, our movement action points would be increased by 10%. If I increase it, now it's every 5 units of weight, increase it. So it gets better and better over time. So I'm going to put at least 1 point in that one. Dexterity, now this one's a tricky one, because all of these are actually very useful. Health gives you more action points per turn. Agility allows you to move a little bit faster, and that's the thing we're going to be spending our action points on the most, is moving around. And then finally we've got dexterity, where when your dexterity is high, crafting speed and the results durability are increased. So crafting weapons with a low dexterity means you're just going to be making really shoddy weapons. Even a freshly made spear is going to break sooner because it starts with just a poorer durability overall. So I think I'm actually going to dump 2 points into that. We're now going to be able to craft low durability items. I do believe that you can increase your stats across a run, but it depends on what you're focusing on realistically in the run. We've got 4 available points for traits, so let's have a look at what we would like to pick up. I'm fairly certain that these available points are influenced by previous runs. There is a sort of meta currency, much like unlocking the classes, as the first time when I was just running through the tutorial, I only had 1 point to spend, and it was between alcohol, cigarettes, or coffee. Really? So of course I went with the alcohol. I mean, what other choice did I have? Nevertheless, we now have a lot more points that we can have. Carb lover. Morale increases more when eating bread or sweets. A believer doubles morale recovery when reading the Bible. Who are you to say that what I believe in is Christianity? What if I want to believe in the spaghetti monster? My lord. Adaptable sleeper. You can sleep anywhere, including outside the building. Sleep quality does not go below 100%. That's actually kind of huge. Weather forecast. You can learn about changes in the weather an hour in advance. Vegetarian. Morale increases more when eating vegetables or fruit, but doesn't go down when eating meat. I noticed. That's an interesting one. Foodie. Morale gained by eating is doubled. Purity. Every time you burn an unread book or a thick book, your morale increases by 1. What has that got to do with what on earth? I have no idea. Music lover. Morale increase is doubled when listening to music. And then good stomach. Morale no longer decreases when eating. I mean, that's not a bad one, honestly. I think we might, well... Some of these are pretty fantastic, though. The adaptable sleeper is probably one of the better ones there. But I think we could grab foodie and then alcohol preference. This gives us a good way of keeping our morale up. And in the zombie apocalypse, keeping your morale up is quite an important thing. You do need to manage your mental state. But with that, let's go ahead and jump straight in. Game objective. Infected zombies are attacking people. Your house is still safe, but electricity and water have been cut off, and there are few supplies left. In your last communication, you learn that the surviving people have gathered in Terminus. Arrive at the Terminus safely to survive. Tip. You can get a radio and listen to the broadcast, or follow the railroad tracks to find out where Terminus is located. Very well. Okay then, well this is our little house, top down though it is. Let's have a look in our pack. I literally only have a gun. That is the only thing that I have to my name. We've got various details. Presently, it is clear. It's only 10 degrees. Sunset is in a pretty solid 14 hours. Every turn in this game is an hour. So having more movement, or rather action points, or using less to do things, means that you just get more done in your day. And it's very important because this will regenerate with every end of turn. We'll end turn. There are other survivors. We can even recruit them and slowly expand our colony. You can really bunker down if you want. If you don't want to just beeline to the Terminus, you can properly create a safe house and start raiding the neighboring areas with a group of survivors. But then after other survivors, it is the zombies' turn as well. Currently, our experience, 0 out of 240. We gain experience by expending action points. Doing anything generates experience, and then we'll get a choice of things that we can level up. It's a bit random in that way. Very gamified, as I was mentioning in the intro. Here are our stats. They can only go as high as 5, and then our traits. These are just set in stone, but I believe you can pick up some other traits. Again, very similar to Cataclysm by reading books and the likes. Again, similar to Project Zomboid. It's not something that Cataclysm has on its own. But we can see here the predicted change of various stats. Our morale is going to go down next turn, as is our hydration and satiety. Our energy is going to go up, though, because of excess AP. We're not using up all of our action points, so we'll get a little bit of extra energy. We can see it outside the door over here, but let's first move around. Now, one of the other things about moving that you'll notice, the further you move in one go, the less it costs, because you're gathering momentum and using that momentum to carry you forward. I quite like that. It isn't simply one step is one turn. But let's go over here. We want to search this bookcase. Let's have a quick look at what we can find. We've got a cooking pamphlet and a street map. That is actually fantastic right from the get-go. The cooking pamphlet, I read at a speed of 5 pages per action point, and this will teach me how to make army base stew. You know what? Sure, let's just go ahead and read that all in one go. There we are. Now, the roadmap, this one is a bit of a different one. We can use this to actually look at the map. We are currently down here. We know because we can see an exit right there. We know that there is something down in this direction. We don't know what it is, though. We can see the police stations, and we've got a couple of dangerous places. These we can't ever visit, but zombies are pouring out of these locations and will infest any nearby zones and restock them. Even if we've gone there and cleared out the zone surrounding it, they will constantly get topped up because of the zombies leaving these locations. But the street map is an interesting one because we use it, and then we can, depending on how many action points, how long we're going to study the street map, we can learn about the locations around. For example, if I were to spend 4 AP right now, I could learn about 3 different locations over here. And I see no reason not to do that. Let me find that 3 again. There we go. Sure, let's check it. We'll use 4 AP. Go ahead. I now know there are 2 houses. There's a restaurant down there, so well, that might be worth me going and having a look. But that was just a demonstration. We will definitely be using this roadmap. It's a fantastic early find, but it's not something that I'm going to be using all of my action points on this early. We've got some ointment. We've got a pillow. Oh, that's fantastic. It's going to help us with our sleep. And sleep is very important because it restores your energy and gets you back up a little bit faster, and you can use your time through the nights then to do other things like reading books. We've got ointment, which can heal burns, gives us plus 3 HP, and we've got some thread. We will definitely be using that for tailoring in a bit. Right, down here, let's have a look inside. Sure, we'll use another 2 action points. A pan and a towel. Always keep a towel just in case. That pan is going to be fantastically useful. Not only can it be used as a melee weapon, though it's better at attacking legs for some reason, but it can also be used to cook, unsurprisingly. And finally, do we have enough action points? We do. Just. And, oh, that is amazing. We found a backpack as well. A medium-sized shoulder bag, ideal for light loads and daily use. Well, I'm going to immediately put that on, and we'll put it over one of our shoulders. We've got 2, again, unsurprisingly. But this gives it has an encumbrance of 0.9, and the encumbrance is going to be slowing us down a little bit. It also has its own weight, but it has a capacity for 10 weight units, and those weight units inside will be reduced by 40%. So effectively, I can store 10 units of weight inside this messenger bag for a sum total of 6 weight units that will be applied to me. Currently, nothing I'm carrying is unbagged, which is actually really, really cool. My total weight of items is 2.7, and the move AP is currently 1. So that 0.8 is part of the 2.7 of everything that's in there. That's actually fantastic. All right, we've got 2 doors, and it is daytime, so I don't expect the zombies to be particularly active. And in fact, it does mention around your home that it is safe, so we're unlikely to see any zombies around here for now. We do have some things over there that I want to collect, though, and we will go ahead and do that in just a moment. There we go. Right, gonna grab all of this. Sure thing, please and thank you. Yep, there we go. And over here as well, pick up all of those. Now, we can do a bit of crafting. I can make a skewer right now, which can be used for cooking, but, you know, not the best thing. Wooden needle, which I'd be able to use with thread. What is the condition on my messenger bag? Pretty much, needle and thread will repair any piece of clothing. To repair any kind of armor, you need like duct tape or wood glue, or weapons. Likewise, I can make a primitive fire starter, might be necessary later on, but what I would really like is a wooden spear, but I'm going to need a knife before I can even think about doing that. These windows are fine for now. Let's check out on this side. Now, every area is just a kind of a self-contained little space. No bigger than this. Every single place on the map is exactly that size. It usually has a building in the middle that I've seen, or some feature in the middle, and then everything else around it. A little bit of room around it, and that's usually where you'll find zombies poking in, though obviously zombies can be inside on some buildings. Right, let's check out the rest of the rooms of my home. We've got a refrigerator over here that has lost its power, so we definitely want to try and get anything out of there we can. We've got a bottle, and more importantly the water, though the bottle will be very important itself. Let's head on down here. Search every piece of furniture. Every couch can hide things stuck down behind the cushions. Every table might have something underneath it, or on it for that matter. Right, we're going to have to pass some time, but you know what? Use this time for, I wonder. Let's have a quick glance. I don't think there realistically is. No, I don't have a knife. I could possibly put something together or just gobble down some food, but I don't think we need to just yet. So, sure, I'll just waste those points, unfortunately. Right, let's have a look. We've got some extra ammunition, fantastic, and also some metal scrap. Let's grab from here. We've got a can of soft drink, another bottle of clean water. That is absolutely wonderful. And with that, we're done. Right, we noticed that there was a route down there. I'm kind of surprised there isn't a route up, but I want to go to that restaurant, definitely. So I'm going to head over here. Now, to move off map, it requires a certain amount of AP, or if you've got a vehicle, you can just drive, and then it requires fuel, but doesn't reduce your action points. So you can actually cover a lot of ground in a vehicle without passing much time, which is really, really important. And I like that mechanic. It is very gamified, but it works really well within the game. Now, we are currently regenerating a decent amount of AP, and I would like to pass an extra turn. Before traveling, I've only got 12 AP. I don't like traveling when I don't have full AP. And the reason for that is that I don't know what's on the other side, where I'm going to pop out, or what's going to be around me when I appear on the other map. So having all of my action points ready to use is just generally better. Like, see, blood everywhere. This is not a good place. I would like to pick up this stick. That will be useful. And I can see there's an open window, so I don't even need to check the door. Let's just try and poke our heads in. Hopefully, there is a rotten corpse over there. I'm going to leave that open right now. The problem with rotten corpses is they are, well, rotten, and they're corpses, and they're not exactly the most sanitary things in the world. We've got some fresh meat here. We're definitely going to want to cook that up. The number you see there is turns, so effectively hours until it stops being fresh or starts going stale or indeed rots. Now, we could check this body. Unfortunately, you've got a chance of picking up an infection if you check without gloves. And I don't have gloves, and I don't want an infection early on, so we're just going to avoid that. All right, let's head up here. Now, there is a couch, which is absolutely... Oh, there's zombie guts on the floor over there. Ah. Okay, duly noted. But let's have a poke my head in here, see what we've got to see. We've got a desk, which is nice because reading speed is increased on a desk. But let's go up through this room. The couch we could sleep on, which would be honestly fantastic, with our pillow as well. Oh, we've got gloves. Amazing. We've also got a fanny pack. Or, as Brits call it, a bum bag. A small compact... Yeah, we literally do call them bum bags. A small compact waste bag for carrying minimal essentials. Windbreaker. This will give us better temperature, some extra defense. It's in good condition as well. Also water resistance, and all of these things are important. So I will take that. I will put on the gloves. Decent condition. Attack power will be increased a little bit. And again, extra defense. And the fanny pack. Yeah, sure. If we have a look in here, we can see that currently unbagged is 9.1 weight units. Not ideal, but we'll live with it. Right, this wardrobe, let's have a look in here. We're going to have... we don't have enough points, sadly. All right. I'll pass a turn then. There we go. And let's see. We've got a cardigan. Wearing it gives a little bit more temperature and a little bit more defense. You know what? Sure, I'll pop that on. We can have quite a few layers on. I do like that, but much like the game that you're going to hear me mention quite a lot, much like Cataclysm, you also have encumbrance, and encumbrance is something that we need to be aware of. That is going to be slowing us down. Right now, it's 1.44. Now, part of that is our inventory weight. In fact, most of it is our inventory weight. But encumbrance is starting to creep up there as well. Certainly nothing to be ignored. We will pick up those scraps of plastic. What I would love more than anything right now is a knife, though. Some good books as well. We've the good book, I suppose. Now I'm starting to wonder if maybe I should have taken the believer trait. All right, I do not have enough AP for this. That's fine. Now this wouldn't be a bad place to sleep because of the couch. So actually, you know what? I'm going to add a note here. Can I pop in couch? There we go. That will do there. So that one's now got a bit of a highlight, so I can see that there is a place to sleep. All right, let's have a look what we got in here. Another fanny pack. That was actually amazing. Okay. Right, well, since I do have the gloves, there is no reason for me not to go and check out this rotten corpse, but it will wear down the gloves' durability, sadly. I don't have enough AP right now. That's fine. Noticing my hydration getting a little bit low. Ooh, that is really going to take the durability off these gloves, but okay. We found a rifle suppressor. Was not worth it. Not even remotely worth the durability on those gloves. But oh well. You don't know until you try. Alright, let's grab this plank. What I would not give for a knife right about now. Okay. We are down... Well, it's coming up to 4. I'm going to want to cook a meal before nightfall. As you might imagine, a fire is going to attract... Oh, well, that is very useful. I will put those on immediately. And the vitamins are even better. It gives energy. Energy is the main thing that's going to be indicated when we need to sleep, is when our energy gets too low. So having vitamins that are going to be able to stave that off is fantastic. Okay, I'm being a massive pack rat right now. And I've got an awful lot of material on me. Nevertheless, we've also got some useful things. I don't yet have a means of starting a fire, though, and that is going to be a problem. And with low dexterity, even starting a primitive fire is going to be rough. I think I'm going to drink this soft drink. It's going to give me a nice bump to my morale. Morale actually does help a couple of things as well. Specifically, it'll improve my my AP recovery. Sure, let's go ahead and drink that then. There we are. That'll bring up my morale a little bit, my hydration, my satiety, I could also possibly just gobble down a little bit of food. I would want something that would do good on hydration and satiety, so I think an orange would be good, and we'll take the one... Well, actually, no, I'll go with the apple because that one's going to be... that one's not going to last as long, so let's just go ahead and gobble that down. There we go. Right, we've checked the couch. Nothing there that we want to worry about. So instead, we're going to head out. Let me just have a quick peek up there. Oh, we have found a plastic bottle with dirty water in it. So yet again, something that we want to fire for so that we can purify this water. All right, we'll pick that up then, certainly. We've now got an idea of the fact this goes up in that direction. Let's get down here to the zombie guts. Now, you might be wondering, why are you picking up zombie guts, Aavak? And that's fair. However, we can... This isn't the sort of thing you talk about in polite company, but if push comes to shove, I'm not above just drenching myself in zombie guts so the zombies think I'm one of their own, and I just kind of shamble my way through a horde to the other side and then run away and hide and, divest myself of all the zombie guts and probably throw up a little bit. But, getting me from A to B, I'll do what I need to do, There's nothing really here that we can work on. There may be something up there, but do I want to try and make a run for it right now? No. I think we're going to spend the night here. So I'm going to use the remainder of my movement points just to scout out around. Oh, we've found a primitive fire starter kit. Maybe we could get something on the cook on the morrow. But we're going to sleep on the couch tonight, I think. It seems silly to waste that opportunity. So I will take this. It's only condition 4.4. That means, effectively, I'm going to have one chance to use it. And my dexterity is going to be the defining factor on whether I use it well or not. Right, I want to grab that stone as well. We've got 2 more hours before nightfall, and then the zombies are going to start wandering. Right now, zombies don't chase. This one doesn't even see very far, and it's not particularly aggressive. This is a helmet zombie. Great. And if you couldn't tell, that was sarcasm. The kind of outer ring is where it can see. These tiles are where it can attack. And there is something very important to understand about zombies. Zombies will scratch at you until you're bleeding. Once you're bleeding, they will grab at you until you are... Oh, actually, let me bring this up. Their attacks, yes, they'll grab at you until you run out of action points, and only then can they try to bite you. Biting will kill you. It doesn't matter how healthy you were, with some caveats which come from various traits and skills that you might be able to pick up. You might just be robust enough to fight off the zombie infection, but for an average Joe, instant death. And even for a non-average Joe, it's just delayed death unless you can somehow stop it. But yeah, no, we could try and fight them, and they would have to work through our layers of defense before they could go for their kind of finisher move, if you will. Now, it would leave me with 4 points if I wanted to rush up there. They're also a helmet zombie. These are more traditional zombies in the sense that they don't realistically... you can't really kill them unless you take their head off or just smash it into a pulp. However, unlike quite a few zombie games, you can absolutely just take their legs off them and then they're now crawling, so they're not able to fight as hard because their arms aren't as useful. You can, in some cases, take their arms off and now they're just a torso with a head. They can still bite you if you get too close. But the interesting thing about a helmet zombie, can't bite. The helmet is there. It stops it from biting. It can still scratch you to death, I might add. But if you were to take the arms off a helmet zombie, they're completely impotent to harm you from that point onward, which I love about this game. Do I run in? Do I even have weapons that I would be able to use? I could use the 2x4s, but I could only use them once. I could... It's a 99 condition firing pan. Are we gonna Rapunzel this? Sure. Let's go for it then. Tangled, eat your heart out. Oh, actually, it doesn't do a lot of damage. It's only 1.3, and it's got to get through that whole bloody helmet. So you know what? I'm just going to take your legs off of you. And then I could take your body off of you until it's just a head. How much AP have I got left? I don't have enough. Well, this was not my wisest move, but I'm going to move back. You should have a rough time of getting to me. Though it is going to be nighttime, so you're going to become super aggressive in a moment. Right. Zombie is right there. Now, hitting you is hard. Really hard, because I can't see you. Hit chance is only 50%, but I could dump a lot of my points into this. And I know what your hit points were beforehand. And now I wrap the zombie head with a rag to safely... Why would I want... I'll come back with a rag. I don't think we need to worry that it's going... Oh, the door's locked. Okay, fine. I'll go around the other side. But... Okay. I'm not sure why I want a zombie head in a rag, but... Sure. Why not? There are worse things you could do. Actually, I'm not even sure that that's true. Right, let's pop in. On the next turn, I'm going to go up and close that door. Now, if we're super lucky, more zombies aren't going to be attracted. Because I've not lit a fire, I've not done anything like that to attract attention. But I was fighting at night, which is a bit of a problem. But that one can't move around anymore, so I should be able to sleep relatively safely. I do need to eat something, though, before I do. And drink something to boot. I don't want to wake up because I'm thirsty. So I'm going to eat another orange. And then I'm going to drink as much clean water as I'm able. Now, one thing about this game, which is very different to Cataclysm, is I can always see on the tile that I'm on. There's no concept of dim light, bright light, so on and so forth. It's just, you know, the lighter it is in the environment, the further I can see away. At night, I can't see very far at all unless I've got certain perks. However, I can absolutely read in the dark. Don't ask how. Maybe it's written with bioluminescent ink. Nevertheless, we've got to read 311 pages, and I will get the skill Strong Spirit. And I'm quite keen on that. But first, I would very much like to increase my my morale, so that I'm regenerating as much AP as possible. So let's pass a turn or two, and then I will be going to sleep. Now, I suppose I could also just go to sleep now, and then wake up earlier. Sleeping at night is always better. Sleeping in the day incurs a penalty. And I am tired. Alright, you know what? Sure. Let's sleep until energy is restored. I don't have an alarm clock, so I can't set the time to wake up. If I had status ailments like disease or a sprain or some sort of broken limb or something like that, I could just try and sleep it off. But we're just going to go to sleep here. Now, we will be aware of sounds, and we might wake up from them. We might not. We might wake up to being chomped on by a zombie. But, well... Actually, you know what? I've already said I should have used the remainder of my AP before I went to sleep. But here we are. We are going to be sleeping a little bit better thanks to the pillow, I think. That being said, am I using the pillow? I might have needed to say I was going to use it for that to work properly. I wonder. Let me just have a check. Ah, yes, I did. I did need to right-click to say I'm using this. Oh, well, that's a shame. I will let it be used in the future, but for now, that's just going to have to be what it is. Right. The meat is going to go off in 4 hours. It is still nighttime. Lighting a fire would be a bad move. So instead, I am simply going to read. I'm going to read the Bible to top up my morale. And then we're going to read this book with the remainder of my AP for the next 2 hours until daybreak, when the zombies stop being aggressive. Sunrise in 1 hour. So let's go ahead and read this again. Actually, I can use the quick bar over there. This effectively allows you to repeat whatever your last action was. All right, there we go. And day is here. So I'm going to move down here. Well, I was going to light a fire indoors. As far as I've seen, there's no actual penalty to doing that, but you know what? Let's not. Right, can I kindle a fire? It doesn't show me anything to that end. Sorry if I hit an escape so many times. Right, let's try this. Did that work? No. It absolutely did not work. All right, can I make another one? Primitive's fire star. Oh, how much do I need? Oh, is it 8? Yeah, it is 8 thread. Okay, well, I was going to use that for trying to repair, but... Sure. Okay, we're going to have to pass another turn. I really don't want to waste the meat, but I think I'm going to. Yeah, meat is going... Well, it's going to go stale. It's not going to go rotten. But I would like to be able to make fresh food. Fresh food is always best food. Right. Thankfully, this doesn't actually use up too much AP. If we started something... Oh, we got survival skills. Nice. Survival cooking. 15% satiety from cooking results. Or skillful search. Less action point used when searching. 25% less. So that'll bring my search required down to 1.5. Ooh, this is a really, really difficult one. Both of these are fantastically useful. But I think I'm going to have to go for skillful search because I'm going to do that a lot more often than I'm going to cook. I suspect. Out of AP again. All right. Well, I'm going to just try once more. Let's see what we can do. Down to 91. There we go. Perfect. Right. It took us a while. Right, I'm going to increase the strength of the fire so it burns for a couple more hours. Every piece of strength there equates to 1 hour of burn time. Right. What I want to do here is cook. I've got a pan which will actually allow me to boil water. I'm not sure. There may be some things that require a specific pan or a pot, but so far as I've been able to tell, pan is a pan is a pan. Pot is a pot is a pot. The utensils that used for cooking, a skewer would be able to do almost all of it. Well, actually, that says specifically it needs a pan or a pot, so maybe a skewer can only do a couple of things. Oh, no, there we are. Cooked rice needs a pot. So there we go. Answered my own question. Right, I can dry the meat if I would like to. This takes quite a few AP to do, actually. But it would give me 1 dried meat, which would never go off. Tempting. Or I can cook the meat. If I had pepper or salt, I could make it a little bit better. This would give me more satiety. Extra morale for foodie, and it would increase my temperature. And it would only cost me 2 AP to do this, so sure, let's go ahead with that one. I could cook some vegetables as well. That's still going to become stale in 4 hours. Now, any vegetable, but I can add more. Very much like Zomboid, you're not stuck to a very specific recipe in this game. You can enhance the recipes with more stuff. The optional ingredients would give us more morale for eating it, but if I simply add more vegetables into it, then it's going to be a more satiating food. If I don't have that in there, this will only satiate me to 7.2, which is not terrible, but and it'll only have 40 hours worth of time on it as well. I think I might actually wait, because these are going to be good for a long time. Yeah, I don't think I want to do that just yet. I think that is rushing ahead. I will, however, spend some time to clean the dirty water that we've got. It's going to cost me 2 AP for the amount of water, and I think the amount of water, because you can boil quite a lot of water in one sitting, and it will increase the amount of AP you use, but that should be fine. Right, there we go. That is all good. Now I want to transfer all of this into a single bottle if I can, to try and keep them stacked a little bit better. There we go. Right, I'm immediately going to eat this meal. There we go. Satiety is looking very good, and then I'm going to drink some water as well. All right, looking very, very nice right now. I guess I didn't really need to increase the strength of that, thinking about it. That was a bit silly of me, now that I imagine it. Right, since I might want to come back into this place from multiple different directions, I am going to go down here. Now, you don't need to worry about fire safety. That isn't going to spread. Though that outline is showing where it would cast the light. The strength also increases the light radius, if you will. Right, we want to get down to this door. Since I know it was locked, doors are not locked from the inside, so we can go all the way through and just open that up for ourselves. There we go, so that I can come back here another time. Now, our zombie friend should still be there. Yep. Head protected zombie. Narrow vision, unable to bite, limbless. Well, sucks to be you, really. Alright, where do we need to go in order... There's an unidentified place there or restaurant directly south of us. I think we're going to go to the restaurant. Until I know where Terminus is, there's no point in me trying to hunt for Terminus unless I happened across rail tracks or something similar. I'm going to let my AP restore here, actually. Let's go ahead and just pass that turn. It's 10 a.m. We've already used up quite a lot of the daytime. I am not super happy about that, but oh well. All right, let's head on down. We'll still have 7.4 to use. Ooh, we have discovered the restaurant. We've got a stick straight away and a car. All right, that is amazing. Or at least I think it's a car. It might be any kind of vehicle, I suppose. There is a door down here. A door over there. Let's head to this door. See if we can get in. Yeah, it is a car. It's locked, okay. We will try each door as we come across it. And window, likewise. I would rather not have to break my way in, as that causes a lot of noise. There's a rotten corpse there. Right, let's check the car. It's going to cost me... oh, my skillful search is already paying off there. Let's check. Right. Fuel, it's got fuel, but it is broken. If I can find a wrench, I can repair it. The fuel economy is 1.1 fuel to move between adjacent places. The capacity is 1.3 of 144. There's a crowbar and there's a vertical foregrip inside. I would like to look at that. Can be attached to a gun. Compatible is rifle, assault rifle. Hit chance when attacking the same. Part time 10. You know what? I'll leave the rifle suppressor here, but I'm taking the crowbar. It's only at 44.9% condition, but this should be okay. We can use it to force things open. It's very good at attacking legs. Does 2.5 to 3.1 damage. Okay, durability is medium. All right, no, that's wonderful. We will absolutely be bringing that with us. Right. I'm going to leave a note on here, just letting us know that there is in fact a car. It does have fuel and it's broken. There we go. Right then, we are going to continue on the hunt for a way in. Ideally without letting all of the zombies know where I am. That was a bit of a bold move since I was coming around a corner and knowing that I was going to have no more movement left, which is a bit of a bad move on my part. But you notice, because I've got the crowbar now, I do have the force open option there. Oh, that is locked as well. Well, I would prefer to see if there is another way in before I use up my limited durability on a crowbar to try and force the issue. There we go, let's grab this. Thank you kindly. Alright, now then, let's have a look at this door. There's got to be a... Oh, there's an open window. Oh, thank goodness. I was going to say, it's a restaurant. Why are all the doors locked? Though, you know, it's a zombie apocalypse. I guess, why wouldn't they lock all the doors? There we are. I, however, will close the window behind me. Now, there's no guarantee that there's no zombies in here, but the fact that I haven't heard anything yet implies there probably isn't. Oh, what? Fresh lobster? Only 7 turns, though. Milk, 42 turns. I will take all of that. We are going to eat well tonight. Screwdriver. Oh, no, it's a gas lighter. Okay. Lighter with more capacity than a regular lighter. It can make fire. Possible actions are kindle. Gas 9. Okay, that's actually fantastic. I will take the frying pan, simply because the frying pan is my only current weapon. I do have all of these, but I don't yet have a knife. What I wouldn't give for one, though. I could make a stone knife with 1 stone, 4 rags. Might be worth it. Yeah, 4. It's the rags that I need, ultimately. I need pliers to make a metal knife. But stone, bone, or glass, they're all options. They are all options. Right. We will... Since that's the way out, I guess I could go over there. We've got a counter there that'll probably have a couple of odds and sods on it. Now, don't worry about the AP being wasted, because it accrues with the AP that I generate later on. And there are reasons to just not always take your AP down to nothing every single time. We've got some bread, more frying. Okay, so we've got a lot of pans now. And this is way more than I need. So I'm going to take The two lowest, I'm simply going to use 1 AP to dismantle them into metal scraps down there that I'm going to then be able to use in other crafts later. We've got a pot. Okay, going to be keeping hold of that. We've got some fresh meat. Alright, let me have a look. In terms of times left, the fresh lobster and the fresh ground meat, they're only going to become stale. They're not going to rot. But still, making fresh food is better for you. Just because it makes your character a lot happier. I would like to get back to the other place to sleep, though. Another pen. My God, 2. Okay, we don't need the little file... the friction firelighter that we've got. Got some glass shards down there. Got some tables that I'm going to check every single one. There's a chance that there will be nothing there, as you just saw. What is my movement AP right now, though? 1.65, that's way too high. Still, there's a part of me that really doesn't want to... I think I want to keep 3 of these. And the simple reason behind that is that I am going to be using them as weapons as well as tools. However, I don't need that anymore, so let me get rid of that if I can. I can't break it down. Okay, that's a shame. I will drop it though. It's just taking up room in my inventory. Right, I may quickly cook myself some food before night time. Yeah, let's go ahead and start a little fire here. Let's use this one. Don't ask why I'm willing to do this in the middle, right underneath a table. It's fine, I tell you. Right. I can make cheese. I mean, I'm tempted to. I could, however, use corn or canned corn, potatoes, water, carrots, and milk to make corn chowder. Could make a hamburger with the ground meat. Could make a meat stew. Can I do anything with the lobster, though? Can I not? That is a bit of a shame. Cooked fish, I suppose, but I might need a knife. Of course, yeah, you need to be able to crack the shell of the lobster. Still, let's go ahead and make something both hydrating and filling, and a hamburger is not it. Meat stew probably is. Yeah, hydration of 8, sure. I could add a little bit extra water, I suppose. If I wanted to. Could I? No, I can't. Right, well, it's going to give me a decent amount of morale. But I could expand that a little bit more. Sure, pop a carrot in there. Get that satiety way up there. Actually, that's a little bit too much satiety thinking about it. I think that I honestly actually think this would be fine. Okay, well, we'll go ahead and we'll cook that. Then I am promptly going to go ahead and make myself something with the lettuce that's about to go off. If I make it with this lettuce instead, that'll give me 90 turns, which is perfect. Not much satiety, but quite high hydration. I mean, I am using my my limited water available there, but we could push it a little bit more. Sure. Okay, we'll use that. There we go. And that is all we're going to be cooking for now. A shame that I'm not going to be able to do anything with that lobster. It does pain me somewhat, but it would just be disease right now if I had it. I would need to... Yeah, I suspect I need to be able to butcher it, so I need a knife. Maybe I'll find one of these tables, who knows. Either way, let's go ahead and gobble down the fresh meat stew. There we are. Very, very nice indeed. And I'll use what's left of my AP to read the Bible, restore my morale a little bit. Right. Okay, sunset in 1 hour. Fine by me. I will almost certainly be able to get back to the other house before too much of the night has gone past. And now that I'm going to be sleeping with a pillow properly, I imagine I will get a lot more out of that sleep, so I won't need to be asleep for nearly as long. Alright, we'll check this as well. Another pot. It's not terrible to have spares. I have to pass a turn here. Lobster is going to be stale soon. Yeah, well, there's not a great deal I can do about that. I have to check those tiles individually. Right. Okay. Let's go ahead and have a look here. Oh, vitamins and antibiotics. Okay, this is huge. Now, remember what I said about being bitten by a zombie being instant death? In the instance that you had a strong enough immune system that it was delayed death, this would heal you of the infection. You can just use regular antibiotics in this game to combat the zombie plague, which does beg the question, why did it become a plague? We've got so much antibiotics, but unless it's like antibiotic resistant zombie plague, because we've just been using the antibiotics for every little bump, bruise, and case of the sniffles. Damn it, mankind. You had one job. Right, well, we will continue moving over. Check out this counter before we go anywhere else. Please be a knife. Damn it. Flour, though? That's actually not... powdered milk. Very good. Okay. Well, it isn't everything that I'd hoped, but it'll have to do. Right. We're going to head out then. We will be back for that car. I'm going to pass a turn. Then we will punch through and just go back to sleep. There we go. Now, I should not... Oh... Let's hope that no zombies can see me. That was very, very, very bad mistake. This is the way that we came through. In my defense, during the tutorial run, I never encountered an instance where there were two exits on the same side. Didn't even occur to me. Right, we're going to pass another turn. Oh, that was a waste of turns, really. Oh, well. Let's head on up. Well, at least we opened that door, though. Right, let's get over to that couch as quickly as we can, because all kinds of zombies could be on the march right now. Right, let's see if we can't get all the way there. And we can. Marvellous. Alright, I will use the remainder of the night. Have a little bit of read of the good book. And sleep until my energy is restored. Now, we should have a much better sleep thanks to that pillow and the couch combined. Let's see how long it takes us. Sleep effectiveness is 185% right now. It's only just going to be after sunrise that we wake up. That is amazing. That is actually genuinely amazing. That could have been so much worse. 2 hours post sunrise. There's a dead squirrel out there. Huh. Well, I can't do anything with a dead squirrel whilst I've got no knife, sadly, so that's just not going to be helpful to me. Satiety and hydration. Hydration is super low right now, so the veggie soup is going to be perfect. Let's go ahead and gobble that down. There we are. Hydration all the way back up to full. Satiety, most of the way back up to full. We are now well hydrated, energetic, and content, and all of these things are going to help out a lot, but I am still carrying so much gubbins around with me. I'm going to drop a couple of things off because I frankly don't need this much stuff when I'm going on a raid. Alright. Actually, I will keep these with me. The lobster can stay... I'm not going to be away for longer than 24 hours, so I'm going to leave all of the food items here. Well, the milk... The milk I will keep with me, just in case, because that does give a decent amount of satiety. The orange can go there, the potato can go there. You can do farming in this game, which is a really interesting one. Simply because in games like this, usually they don't play on the kind. They don't have farming because the kind of time scale is wrong, or the farming is generally quite useless because of that. We will leave behind one of the pots, whichever one is that's got the lowest durability. So there we are. Well, the durability is going to affect how much condition it loses. Well, actually, that's the lowest, so I'll leave that one behind as well. Again, these are technically my weapons at the moment. You know what? I should probably leave all my cooking utensils here. I will keep one frying pan with me. The books can stay behind as well. Street map, not going to need. Let's just dump everything that I don't need. I will keep some of the planks, though, and the reason for that is that they are useful in a pinch as one-use weapons. I really should have done this a little while ago, but here we are. The towel I will keep because I might need it, and I will keep my bone needle as well. Right, as for the lighters, can I pour them? I can't pour them. That's a shame. I would have loved to have been able to siphon the gas from one into another. So I'll just keep the one that has got the lowest amount. There is almost no chance that I'm going to want to light a fire while I'm out and about. But that has improved things so much. It's kind of silly that I didn't do that a little while ago. Antibiotics can stay. I've got weaker medicine, so I don't need the ointments. And this should be good enough for now. I can leave a little bit more water over here as well. No reason to take that with me. Well, water is more of a renewable resource, so I'll leave the cans as well. Okay, that's sorted. And the reason why I'm bringing the empty water bottles is, of course, in case I happen upon a situation where I can fill them up. Now, I'm not going to grab that dead squirrel, as tempting as it may be. A, something killed it, and B, I can't butcher it until I've got a knife. Oh, that is marvellous. So much more AP being regenerated now. Right, so yeah, we want to go down in this direction to thoroughly scan this house. And looking at the time, that's probably the last thing that we're going to be doing on this first episode. That is a broken door. I think I would actually like to... I made the fool mistake of using up all my AP on the way down. I'd like to just scout out the perimeter first. And these stones eventually are going to be very useful for me. Let's go down here. I've got an open window there. But since the door is broken, I'm fine with that. Sure, let's peek over here. Nothing we need to be worried about yet. In the daytime, zombies really won't bother you unless you really get in their face. Oh, we found a farm. Okay, a little garden. Alright, we want to map this then. We could come back here and plant seed at some point. We're obviously not going to do that right now, but I will absolutely go ahead and harvest them if they're ready. Harvestable, 83%. I wonder if I just let it grow, eventually they will go to seeding. I will check all of them first. This one is 99% potato. Over here, 82% corn. And 100 carrots. Okay, well, this will be the test. Will I... Yeah, I get seeds from it. Okay, that's actually amazing. 5 carrots, too. Fresh produce. Could I plant the carrot seeds? Yes, I can. I may as well, then. Water level is low. I'm just gonna let it be. If they grow, they grow. 82, 99, so the potato might even actually be ready in a moment. We'll see. Will that go up to 100% when I pass a turn? It might be based on days. Well, it has moved up to 100%, so I'm going to go inside and see what there is for us to see. I've got a wardrobe. Let's be lucky. A jacket. Decent defense. Good condition, too. Sure, I'll wear that. Let's have a quick look. Yeah, I'm actually wearing that on top of the the windbreaker as well. I guess I don't know in what order I'm wearing them, but I may as well close that window in a moment. Grab this plank. We will check out the fridge. Hopefully something useful. Got some milk that will be going... Oh, actually it's already stale, so we do want to cook with that relatively soon. That might have... Oh, I just realized that I've been kind of assuming that everything is at its highest tier of freshness so far, and that is not a given. Maybe some of the things that we've passed up were already stale. Right. More antibiotics. Wow. Okay. Regular lighter. Sure, I'll grab all of it. And I'm going to need to wait the next turn. Right. We've got 5 hours until nightfall. Another fanny pack. Okay. We've got a radio. Does it have... Oh, it's broken. Damn it. Hoodie. Sure, I'll grab that. Compression bandage. Useful for sprains. If this wasn't broken, then I could get information from Terminus. They're basically broadcasting every so many days or every day. And if you can tune in, A, you've got enough charge, and also you've got a functional radio, then you can get very important information. Now, is this a better fanny pack than the ones I'm currently wearing? Yes, it is. So let's pop that one over there. There we go. Durability is the same on all of them, more or less. They're all very low. But these are the 2 highest quality ones. I could rip this one up. I don't feel any particular need to do that, though. We've got a novel, which can help with AP. But the more times you read it, the less good it'll become. And finally, we've got an umbrella and ammunition. Fantastic. The umbrella is automatically used. You don't need to worry about that one. But okay, that was rather awesome, actually. Now, I'm just going to have a quick peek back out on the garden. Oh, survival skills have gone up. Fantastic. Okay, fast learning, increase experience. I think I'm going to have to go with that one. But improvised attack, plus 25% damage when attacking with tools. Bullseye is always a nice one, but fast learning it has to be. This early on... Getting something that's going to maximize... Oh, there we go. So it does go up every couple of turns. It's not every hour, definitely, but I will wait until the next turn to grab that then. Right. There we go. I will... Oh. Well, actually, I guess you would just plant a potato, wouldn't you? Yeah, sure. Go ahead and plant a potato then. That works. We've got 2 harvestable. We've got lettuce, potato, corn, and carrot. You know what? I'm going to update the map for that. Alright, map updated. It is now time for us to get out of here and get back to where we can sleep. We've got a bunch of veggies with us. And all we really need now is some way of getting steady water. We could have a temporary base of operations down on this side. We wouldn't want to really be here for too terribly long. We want to be making progress in a direction, whatever direction that might be. But this is not terrible for now. Right, nighttime is just around the corner. And unfortunately, all my cooking utensils are in there, so we're not going to be doing anything with that. So let's go ahead, just get inside. Close this up. I don't have any rags yet, which is also kind of a problem. I could tear this up for some rags. And there's one very important reason why that would be useful. Yeah, we're going to do it. It pains me a little bit, but let's move on up. Close the door. And as soon as I can get over here... Go. Just move into this position. I can cover that up with a sheet, which will at least take me away from zombies' direct line of sight. Now, if I'm making noise, I'm absolutely still going to be visible to them, but it is what it is. Can I access things in... I cannot. That is a bit of a shame, but alright. Let's store some more items. Let's transfer that across. Transfer a couple more of the planks. We don't need the novel with us. And... actually, no, we do want the novel with us. and the regular book. We can't use the radio right now. Don't need a lighter when we've got a gas lighter. And everything else. We don't need the carrot seeds either. Only got a couple of hours on the milk, sadly, but you know, that is what it is. Let's move all of these across. I will absolutely cook with something when we wake up. But for now, we're just going to have to... Well, actually, maybe I should eat the apple. Sure. Bring up my satiety just a little bit. In fact, I'm going to eat the orange. There we go. That brings things up a little bit more. We could make some sandwiches, and I think we probably want to. But for now, let's get over here. Let's go ahead and make use of the books. Sure, let's read this book for now. There we are. And promptly go to sleep. There we go. We'll sleep until energy is fully restored. Again, we've got amazing sleep effectiveness. Would love another sheet week, and a hammer would be fantastic, because then we could start reinforcing the doors and the windows into this room, since this is our abode. We managed to... Wow, that was kind of bonkers. Okay, we did really well there. I'm going to have to continue through the night for a little bit before sunrise, before I can light a fire and cook myself a meal. But on that note, I guess it's reasonable for me to just go ahead and continue reading this book. We're at 200 of 311 pages. We are making very swift progress. There we go. Read this one again. 260. So 60 pages with all of our AP. Right. We've got 5 more. I can't believe we actually managed to get through that so quickly. Right. There we go. We've now got Strong Spirit. And we can check out what that gives us. Let's go to traits. I guess maybe experience. There we are. Strong Spirit. Morale decrease per turn minus 10%. That's actually really, really good. Okay, I'm all on board with that one. Right. Well, we've got a couple more hours. Unfortunately, we don't have any other books we strictly want to read. I suppose I could read the novel for now. But we don't need this book clogging up our inventory anymore. Nor do we need only one piece of thread. More thread would definitely be welcomed. I've only got 2 stone right now, 4 scrap metals, but making a stone knife, it is the rags. So I need to go out there and find some rags. Now, it isn't as easy as just finding a place and tearing down curtains. By and large, from what I've seen, the best source of rags is zombies. So we're going to have to go and fight some zombies, basically. Which isn't the best thing in the world, but it certainly isn't the worst either. But I think just before sunrise is where we're going to have to wrap up this episode. I hope you've enjoyed this. I hope you're looking forward to the next few as well. And I would very warmly welcome any of your feedback and indeed advice down in the comments below. But that is going to be it from me and from our, well, relatively secure little starting base down here. We've got a lot more work to do, and we'll probably do a bunch of reading the street map to try and just scout out a path around to one of these police stations. Probably head towards the middle police station, I'm thinking, and we'll see where that can take us. But that is going to be it from me. So until next time, and as always, do take care, survivors.